This is what words look like to a child who has difficulties in reading strange, incomprehensible symbols. These strange symbols convey an impression of how a dyslexic feels. Disorientated amidst unfamiliar signs and symbols whose meanings are often guessed and not systematically determined. What do these signs have to do with language? Apparently nothing. But even a non-dyslexic can relate to this confusing situation. Watch this mathematician and listen to him.
Converge a conclusion of xn plus 1 equals f of xn for n equals 0, 1, 2, etc. Contrary to the fixed point and results in a simple statement. Providing that the sum of the derivative of x star is less than 1, the following is valid. A domain exists for the fixed point of x star for all initial values x0 from this domain. The result is that xn converges contrary to the fixed point for n versus infinite. We could precisely prove this statement mathematically. It's easier, though, when it's illustrated in graphics.
Did you understand anything? Were you able to follow the lesson? Could you see a correlation between the signs, symbols, and what the mathematician was saying? Could you express his words in such symbols? If not, you are just as mixed up, perplexed, or bored as a dyslexic child trying to learn how to read and write. Even adults have to struggle to match sounds with letters. They can't remember the symbols. Even words which they have been familiar with for years are confusing when they are in written form. On an average, about 3 children in each class must cope with this situation. In every university, dozens of students struggle with writing. In most companies, there are several adult dyslexics who conceal this problem. Anyone you know can have dyslexia, whether rich or poor, beautiful, ugly, famous, or unknown. Many dyslexics have occupations in creative, technical, or artistic fields. Many of them become masters in their profession because of their dyslexic talent and thus can avoid the problems related to dyslexia.
I'm now a successful director, pantomime artist, and I felt it was normal. I solved my problem. I thought to myself, I have to be good, I have to be famous, so that I can afford a manager and a secretary. Yep, someone has to write my letters. Today, when I teach my body language seminar and admit that I'm a dyslexic, I often discover that many top managers are dyslexic. And you know why? They need a secretary to write their letters. Dyslexia is not an error, it's not a defect. That's why I'm standing here as an artist and telling you that I'm a dyslexic. It's not a disgrace, nor is it an illness or something I should be ashamed about. I never had any problems all my life, except for spelling. A dyslexic thinks three-dimensionally, in pictures, and that means it's a much faster and comprehensive kind of thinking. As an artist, it means that I can immediately see many possibilities in a situation, many options. And because I see them three-dimensionally, my imagination is stimulated and I can be creative.
Many adult dyslexics have found their place in society, very often after having fought with dyslexia problems throughout their years in school, university, and at their jobs.